Rivalries, of course rivalries. It's the Big 12 Conference, but then there's Territorial Cup within the border rivalries. It's Arizona State. 22 wins this year. It's Arizona 21, ranked 11th in the land at this gorgeous yard that mints championships. Rita Hillenbrand Stadium. Triple digits outside today, over 100 degrees, but we're having a blast bringing this one to you. And we welcome you back on campus. Kenzie Fowler, my name is Darren Sutton. Thanks for being with us all weekend long. We've got all three for you right here on ESPN Plus. And we've got a great pitcher in the circle for ASU. Look, Arizona's got their hands full. Kenzie Brown, one of the best in the nation, just straight bat. I can't even say it properly. Bat missing stuff, like it's incredible stuff.
She's so good. She's one of the best to do it. And anytime that Kenzie Brown takes the circle, she gives Arizona State a chance to beat anyone. And I meet anyone in the country. That's how good her stuff is. And so you see her throw a dynamic rise ball. She's just going to pound the strike zone, but move it with that velocity and then also slow it down. And that combination makes her so tough to beat. You look at the numbers, maybe a little bit high for her All-American caliber, but man, she is fun to watch.
Sydney Stewart, I'll see your All-American, I'll raise you with another. She hits it all over the ballpark. Her power is foul pole to foul pole.
And she is swinging it like an All-American. Was an All-American a season ago. Anytime that she steps to the plate, she has the ability to change the ball game. I am so excited to watch the matchup of Sydney Stewart versus Kenzie Brown, not just tonight, but all weekend long.
Arizona, the Wildcats with wins this year already over Oklahoma and Texas Tech. They want to put 3 in their basket and wrap this weekend. Get closer to that Territorial Cup. It's the Arizona Wildcats. It's the ASU Sun Devils. Let's play softball. It's a hot night. If you're within our state borders, you know it's been triple digits all around the great state of Arizona, aside of Flagstaff, of course. A lot of winning going on since Megan Bartlett has joined this program in her 4th season. A win tonight would give her 100 as the ASU head coach. And let's take a look at the starting lineup. In the middle of it all, we see 4 athletes that have OPSs more than 1,000. Pond is above that, Avila is above that, Chester above that, and Swan. And of course, Ashley Mejia right there in the middle, a dangerous hitter too. This is an offense that knows how to score, and they're gonna really Riley Holder, correct?
Riley Holder is probably the number 2 arm on the air. We've seen a lot of Jalen Adams kind of been that go-to senior arm, and so kind of a unique changeup here a little bit, seeing the freshman getting the start for Arizona. Marquee matchup here, and she's going to keep the ball low in the zone, throws hard, great velocity. and an opportunity to maybe rebound a little bit from last weekend where Riley Holder maybe didn't have her best stuff against Texas Tech. Of course, Texas Tech, one of the best offensive teams in the country, can just absolutely swing it.
Welcome to the big leagues, right? You're going to have tough outings. How do you bounce back? How do you manage failure if you're Riley Holder? She threw 4 innings at Texas Tech. When it was all said and done, she allowed 11 runs in that outing. When you speak about the ASU offense, a team that hits .319 collectively, they get on base at a .417 clip. This year, as a team, they have walked more than they have struck out, and if you add the hit by pitches, it's 130 times on base to 87 strikeouts, and they slugged .563. This team can hit. There's no doubt about it, and it's a hitter's day. The flags are stiff, and that one is a fly ball center field. As we said, it's a hitter's day, and Kaylee Pond makes it 1-0. Her 9th home run of the year. It's a hot day, and the wind is blowing out. That was a jet stream, 1-0.
Have you ever seen a first pitch home run?
Very rarely.
I mean, maybe once before, but my goodness, Kaylee Pond, this is what she has been doing at the top of the lineup for Arizona State this entire season. She is just that electric player that you always are keeping your eye on. You never want to miss her at bats. I love the emotion that she also brings, the senior transfer from Cal, starting this big game with a big swing. Wow.
That ball was torched, by the way. I mean straight torched over the batter's eye in center field. Yes, it's triple digits, and yes, the wind is blowing out to center, but that wasn't wind aided. Maybe it hits the batter's eye without the heat and without the wind. What a way to start this game for Kaylee Pond. Yezi Avila, the third baseman, number 33 on that jersey, and a redshirt junior. She's just got a single home run and just getting a little bit more playing time and health. Her 14th game in which she has appeared, but when she has appeared, it's a .519 on base percentage. Illinois for a couple of years, New Mexico State her very first year. Yazzie from El Paso, Texas.
Her first home run was actually hit in El Paso. Kind of a cool homecoming moment for her.
Beautiful pitch just off the plate inside. So let's educate our fans and remind everyone, fans of both teams and softball fans, Holder, when she's right, is a ground ball pitcher, correct?
Ground ball, and so that makes what Kaylee Pond just did so impressive, getting underneath that drop ball.
So if I'm going to say real simply, if you see it high, let it fly with regard to your swing, correct?
Yeah, and you have to look down in the zone as well as a hitter. You know what you're going to get. You're watching the scouting report, right? We're halfway through the season. There is film out there on everyone, and so you know the scouting report is down in the zone. And so you make your adjustments as a hitter and maybe cheat a pitch here or two.
Beautiful pitch. That one dots the outside corner. Backwards K, that's strike 3. Really good atmosphere in this yard to start things.
Yeah, and a great bounce back, especially after giving up that big home run. You can feel the crowd. It's a sold-out crowd here. There's not a lot of open seats left, and so this is a big moment for a freshman, right? Your first taste at a rivalry matchup. You get the start.
Duke Shockey Jenkins in the outfield. You saw him there. A really solid infield with Sniffen, Beal, Trice, and Kez Lucas at first. The All-American catches about 8 out of 10 games for Arizona. And she's back behind the plate. We'll see how many of the games Sid catches this weekend, as that one is low. 1-1 the count to Ashley Mejia, the sophomore. Impact right away last year. On base percentage this year of .436. Does not strike out at all as she takes that one high. All freshman team in the Big 12 a season ago. EGF All-American coming out of the high school and travel ball ranks. Santiago High School in Corona, California. That's in the Inland Empire, east of Los Angeles. But she went way east of Los Angeles to Tempe, and she's really been comfortable there.
It's been really fun to watch her in her second year. Was a freshman starter and really was asked to do so much as a young player, and so you get all of that experience back. And she has continued to level up her game in her sophomore form.
Tried to rep that pitch over the outside corner. She walked a ton in high school, which is tough to do, to have that kind of patience. She'll do that at this level too. Engaged to pitch in. Love that. Outside then inside. Great back-to-back locations from Holder.
Yeah, Mejia wore that one a little bit. Holder will use her changeup. It's not a go-to pitch, but she'll show it.
3-2 the count. Bouncing ball right side. Serenity tries. Oh my, great effort there. Kez took a turn. The first baseman, Kez Lucas, took a step at it, realized I better get back to the bag. Price has amazing range. This is a tough play when it's all said and done, though.
Yeah, Mejia just making things happen here. Good speed. And how about 27 straight games on base for Ashley Mejia?
Crazy. And we talked about the patience to walk. She's got 15 walks along the way, but that's base hit number 31. 31 hits on the year. That one goes back to the screen. Quick conversation. Katie Chester, the junior, the Missouri native. Went to Mizzou her freshman and sophomore year, played there in 100 games, started 76 of them. This was another really good travel ball and high school player through the years. I remember calling her PGF All-American game as well. The daughter of Jason and Tracy Chester. Big numbers this year. I mean, really big numbers. She's homered 9 times, slugging close to 750. Bouncing ball, base hit left field. Well, they have come to swing it. ASU out of the gates. That's 3 hits already.
And of course, the big swing of Kaylee Pond, 1 pitch, big home run. But I really like these last 2 gritty singles from Mejia and Chester, taking what Riley Holder is giving them and not trying to do too much, not trying to match what Kaylee Pond did. Those type of hits are going to come, but say I'm going to see this ball opposite field, or I'm just going to see this ball a little bit deeper and keep it on the ground.
And the torch is passed to the catcher, Sam Swan. Samantha hitting .333 on the year. This is another one who slugs the softball. She's got 7 doubles. She's got 5 homers. Walk and strikeout totals really low. She's an aggressive hitter. Bouncing ball, foul ball, third base line. So with the aggression in mind, if you're Riley Holder, you know you have a bunch of Gold Glovers behind you. You think, let's think ground ball. Let's get out of this inning with 1 swing of the bat here.
And let's expand the zone a little bit. Almost maybe you need to adapt quickly and try and maybe pitch backwards. And you can feel that as a pitcher. It takes only a couple to realize, oh, this team is very aggressive early. I'm not going to pump strikes right over the heart of the plate. I'm almost going to pitch backwards and go away. Ball's way off, ball's way down.
Yeah, this is one where you just cannot split the plate. You're doing yourself a disservice. She's proven she will expand the zone. The 0-2. Bouncing ball. Is there a play to be made? Diving at second base, out, and then a flip to the plate. Over the runner, she had just erased, flipped it. I'm not sure how she got that much on it from the ground. Huge out, great play.
I thought there was no way to make this play. Serenity Trice, we've been talking about her offense, but her defense needs some love here. This is big time. And then the awareness, knowing that there's a runner in front of her, getting that ball home, that was a big timeout.
I marvel from her knees that she was able to throw a strike like that. Really good play, Emily Shep. We pause things for just a moment. Looked like Sydney is the one who called timeout there. And the DP in this one hitting .289. That one is up and away. .354 on base percentage, right-handed batter. Let's see this one more time.
Oh, that was the right call. From our angle, it was really tough to tell, but you can see from that angle the glove beat the foot.
You know her around these parts. She wore an Arizona uniform, made the choice to head up I-10. Originally from Southern California. Freshman, sophomore years here, earned her way into 91 games for the Cats. She pops that one foul. Looked like she backed off. Good change of pace on 1-0.
Yeah, Emily Shep transferring over with Aisa Silva, former pitcher for Arizona. And so this makes this matchup that much more enticing, right? But it's also at the same time, this is a fresh pitcher. Riley Holder and Emily Shep did not play together. Of course, Riley Holder, a true freshman.
Wires across just a little bit. And we saw a moment ago Sydney Stewart calling timeout, looking into the dugout. And now Riley wanting a new device. And this is the point in every broadcast when it does come up, where my broadcast partner reminds all the catchers out there that they do have fingers, and they are blessed with those fingers, correct?
I have seen this happen quite a bit this season, and you know, some coaches don't trust the pitch comm. Some coaches love it. It makes the game a little bit quicker. But it is very important to know that if, you know, it's not working, we need to fix it very quickly. Obviously, everyone needs to be on the same page.
And most importantly, that woman. And she's the one who wasn't feeling comfortable. That means all the infielders need their fresh set of devices and gear. And now we're all set. Okay, we're ready. Pulls her hands in, lifts that one to left field. Over the wall and gone. A 3-run home run back in Tucson. Making noise. Emily Shep drives it out of here.
Home run number 5 for Emily Shep, and we were just talking about it. This is a player that has a lot of at-bats in this ballpark. I didn't know if it had enough, but it sure does. It was hit so well, almost too well. Too much of a line drive. Right on the screws. What a swing from Emily Shep, and what a moment for her. You know the pressure that I'm sure she was feeling returning to her old team, returning to her old field. And that'll help get that pressure off, right? You get that one swing off, all right, I'm good. I'm great.
Gade Ho-Ching is next. Talented second baseman. Support from both sides now. Ho-Ching a .358 on base percentage this year. What a stunner. What a way for the Sun Devils to start this game. And again, Riley Holder continuing to get a little bit of baptism by fire last 3 outings now. Got to remind everyone, too, as it pertains to Holder, the moments, there have been many. A shutout against Utah Valley in her debut. Eastern Illinois, she took it to them. Long Beach State, BYU pitched well against them. But tonight, she's facing ASU, and ASU making it clear we have come to swing the bat. Pond and Shep both homer.
Wildcats never back down from a challenge.
We push ourselves to succeed both in competition and in the classroom.
We lift up our teammates and proudly represent our Arizona community.
We are driven to be champions in every way.
And this Wildcat
is here because of you. Thank you, Wildcat Club members, for giving us the strength to rise.
For the scholarships that make our education possible.
For the facilities that allow us to train at the highest level.
Thank you for supporting my journey.
My journey.
My journey.
And my journey.
Thank you, Wildcat Club members, for believing in us and investing in our future.
Bear down.
Bear down.
Bear down.
Caitlin Lowe and her squad, it's time to go to work. Year number 1 leading Arizona to the Women's College World Series and then building upon that. This is clearly in her 5th season, her fingerprints all over this program. Legendary All-American Olympian Caitlin Lowe, the head coach, and the lineup that's going to try and dig out of here is really loud at the top. And I don't mean power loud, but just fast and speedy and irritating with Shockey and Trice and Beal. Then the power comes with Stewart and Jenkins, Jennings, Sniff, and Lucas, and Duke at the bottom. Duke's very good at flipping over the lineup. Your thoughts? Who would you like to talk about?
I mean, I just think the top two hitters always have your attention, especially as a pitcher. You want to try and eliminate those two. They're so tough to do that because of how good their barrel control and their bat control, pitch selection, and then you just want to keep those hitters off the base paths when you get to Sydney Stewart or Grace Jenkins. And I just really feel like Reagan, Shockey, and Serenity Trice drive this offense.
That's how you beat this team. It's simple. It's if you have offers with those two, if you manage to hang an offer on those two, you're probably going to win. But it never happens. So, man, I want to lean in with Kenzie Brown too. I know she's been televised and streamed multiple times before, but you and I get a chance as a former pitcher yourself. That's strike three, and here we go. This is a great example. I'd love to know how she gets out, and that many strikeouts, by the way.
Yeah, she's got great upspin. Rise ball, screwball combo.
I mean, that screwball was disgusting a moment ago.
Yeah, it's just some of the best stuff. And then she also has an elite changeup to go with it.
You and I both know that as Serenity Trice takes low, just below the zone, 523 to open the year. What does that mean? That means 45 hits and 86 at-bats. An on-base percentage a tick higher at almost 560. What a start for Serenity Trice, the Iowa State transfer. Over the outside, got a commitment there, 1-1 the count. So you can get outs and be an elite pitcher without having to strike out a ton or without the ability to strike out a ton, but this pitcher strikes out a ton. One of the most elite bat missers in the country is that's a bouncing ball, turning, firing, and in time. So Ho Ching out number 2, and that's what you want to do. Send those two back to the dugout if you're ASU.
Well, and how good does it feel if you're Kenzie Brown? You're watching your team put up 4 runs in the top of the first. You're thinking, all right, thank you very much. I feel so good. I can just take a little bit more of a breath when I take the circle. And she knows how good she is. She knows her stuff. It's a pitcher that typically doesn't need a whole lot of run support, and her team has given it to her here early.
An amazing offensive year for Taylor Beal. 416, slugging close to 700. She's got 4 home runs, the biggest of them all, a decisive grand slam earlier in the season in a win over Oklahoma here in this ballpark as she takes outside. The glove's exceptional. It always has been. She's a Gold Glove caliber starting quarterback type in the middle of that infield. But now the bat plays, so much so she has not been moved out of that 3rd spot in the order at all. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Specifically, where have you seen areas of improvement in the approach of Beal?
Pitch selection. I feel like she's been a little bit more aggressive earlier in the counts.
1-2. Bouncing ball, a couple of steps away from the bag and right back to it. That's Katie Chester. Your team puts up 4. You reward your team by putting 1, 2, 3 outs immediately on the scoreboard. Through 1, ASU leads it 4-0. We were talking about the legendary head coach, legendary player, and now a longtime head coach at a half-decade, Caitlin O. Caitlin spends time with us now. So teams go down in games. That happens all the time. Speak to me about the comeback ability and the heart your team has shown all year long that they'll show again tonight.
Yeah, we're just going to chip away. I think Riley's going to settle in right here, and I think we need to do a better job of taking Kenzie's balls and getting something in the zone that we can do damage on.
I'm sure you guys have talked a lot about Kenzie Brown and what she brings. Maybe just share a little bit and what you want to see this weekend.
Really just swinging at the pitch we want. You know, we're too far down. I thought, in all 3 of those at-bats. So we get something a little bit more elevated, and I think we drive the ball through the field.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
4-0, and her squad looking to get going. Confident. Again, there's just a take a little bit of the air out of that hot air balloon when you get those first 2 hitters out. No one does. And that's the way you want to start it. Big bounce back for Holder here. Let's see if she can settle down. We talked about there have been multiple really, really good outings this year. And this is a chance, watching her foe that gets a lot of ground balls herself on the other side, go out there and do the same thing. 46 innings, 16 walks, 18 strikeouts. So a very different pitcher than her foe. She wants to get you out on the ground, down there. But into center field it goes. Brooke Ulrich with a base hit. Number 49 in the back of that jersey for Brooke. Raises that batting average up, hitting .327 coming in.
I really like this swing down in the zone. I feel like maybe Riley Holder a little bit too sweet over some of these pitches, but you have to credit the Sun Devil hitters. They are looking down. They are aggressive, picking a side of the plate. And every ball that has been hit very hard.
Brooke with the base hit, finding a home after playing in Marshall and doing really good things for that program, but then making a choice to come on out to Arizona. Leave Marshall behind. She won a ton of awards. She was Sun Belt Player of the Year. She was heavily decorated. And so now Ulrich, the shortstop. But back home in a sense because she's from Red Mountain High School in Mesa, Arizona. Yaya Acuna, senior left fielder, appearing in her 30th game and hitting .333 on the year, and a Tucson native. Went to Sal Point Catholic. And that one dots the outside corner. 0-1 the count.
You saw the infield for Arizona a couple moments ago. There it is. Kez Lucas is now over at shortstop, deep shortstop, if you will. Reagan Shockey at first.
Trying to get a couple. They'll get one for sure. You get the lead runner. Yaya reaches. That's the slapper defense, right?
Yes, and Kez Lucas was a shortstop in club ball, and so she is the everyday first baseman for Arizona. But when they do that 5 infielder shift, they feel very comfortable, Arizona does, having Kez Lucas in that shortstop position. It's a little bit more natural for her. And Reagan Shockey, of all things, played first base in club ball, so kind of putting everyone in the positions that make them feel most comfortable and giving Arizona the best chance to get an out.
Kaylee Pond, you know, she didn't allow us to introduce her, really get into who she is as a human, the Lafayette, California native. She's a great basketball player in high school. She went to Cal, went to Iowa State. Just smoked the ball over the batter's eye first pitch of this game. Again, saw something belt high and crushed it.
She didn't allow anyone to get settled. Here we go.
That has some dive and spin on it. Daughter of Carrie and Wiley. Heavily decorated as a prep player. In 166 games at Iowa State and Cal. Cal is where she really started to get comfortable in this sport. All Big 12 competitor as a freshman at Iowa State. And that home run was home run number 9. Stubborn in, she didn't bite. So Pond is homered, now walked.
Just always quality at bats from Kaylee Pond. Very patient hitter as well as her power. Just what a gift for Coach Bartlett to get her senior veteran presence, especially in center field, as well as the leadoff spot. Like, that's just a huge position.
As Yazzie Avila drops that one. The Texan. That one dives a little bit low. 1-1 the count. A couple of runners on, 1 out for ASU. Conference play, a real bounce-back weekend last weekend, taking 2 of 3 from Oklahoma State, who stayed in town, by the way, to beat Grand Canyon before getting out of town. That unique story. It's a mid-major, handing Grand Canyon their first loss, Oklahoma State, after 30 wins to open the year, 30-0. But anyway, back to ASU. They had a really tough opening weekend, though, as they were swept by Utah at home. It stunned a lot of Big 12 softball fans.
Roller coaster 2 weeks for the Sun Devils, right? You're opening conference play and you're the ranked team at home, and Utah came into Tempe and absolutely just put on a clinic. Of course, the storyline there was Kenzie Brown did not appear until Sunday, and when she did, it was a very short appearance. And then you move forward against Oklahoma State, and Kenzie Brown is healthy. And so a completely different 1 week to 2 weeks. And so Arizona State looking like the team that I think everyone knows that they can be. It's a nice pitch here from Holder, going down and in, great movement. Unproductive out from Avila. Third strikeout for Holder, who does not regularly get a ton of strikeouts. A little bit of an up and down first couple of innings for the freshman. Just trying to find a rhythm.
I think Christian Conrad, too, trying to be a bit of a tourniquet, if you will, to go out here, make sure you tie things off. You're starting to get your pitcher to gain some confidence out there. And you're dealing still with 3, 4, 5 right there, the heart of the order. Flag still pretty starched out to left field. It's a hot, hot evening, and so the ball's going to fly. The surface is going to play firm. It is a hitter's kind of night. You're going to be rewarded, Kenzie, for contact tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. Ball flies in the desert, whether it's in Tucson or Tempe. Got a little bit of wind. It's been changing a little bit. We'd enjoy a little more wind. It's a little warm.
It's just a hot night, and you know the softball's going to fly. It's dipped down now to 93 as we play, which is more than mild for these athletes. As that one got her way in and off the plate. You come out, you have a conversation, and that one squared her up.
Yeah, you can see that Sydney Stewart going in tight, and when you're facing a left-handed hitter as a right-handed pitcher and you miss, well, there's only so much room. Mejia not happy about it, but she'll take it. She's wearing the guard.
And so now Katie Chester. Chester singled back in the first inning. And Chester hits a high fly ball left field toward the warning track, toward the wall. It's a grand slam. A stunning opening to this ball game for the Sun Devils. They make the trip down I-10 and immediately lead it 8-0. Wow.
And this is the home run leader for Arizona State, Katie Chester. Coach Bartlett has been so excited to get her in the lineup this season. She redshirted last year, and they know what kind of bat that she has. I don't know. Every home run that Arizona State has hit, they've hit 3, but everyone has come like very sneaky. Is that a weird thing to feel and say? Like these home runs have kind of come quietly out of nowhere. Like all of a sudden they get on base and then boom, home run. Of course, Kaylee Pond.
Those are the best time to hit them, right? Those are the best times.
Yeah, I think Kaylee Pond just kind of set the tone, hitting the first pitch of the ball game out for a home run. And then Emily Shep, the former Arizona player, the transfer from right here in this ballpark from the Cats with the 3-run home run, and then a grand slam just to top it all off.
All right, a stunner. I mean, I really like quiet this building kind of stunner. With ASU leading it 8-0. And now you give an All-American pitcher 8 runs to play with. And you would expect her to follow suit. Taylor Beal plays it right there at her knees. Fires in time for the out. What an explosion for ASU to open up this game. Here in Tucson, they put down their flag.
Wildcats never back down from a challenge.
We push ourselves to succeed both in competition and in the classroom.
We lift up our teammates and proudly represent our Arizona community.
We are driven to be champions in every way.
And this Wildcat
This Wildcat
This Wildcat
Is here because of you. Thank you, Wildcat Club members, for giving us the strength to rise.
For the scholarships that make our education possible.
for the facilities that allow us to train at the highest level.
Thank you for supporting my journey.
My journey.
My journey.
And my journey.
Thank you, Wildcat Club members, for believing in us and investing in our future.
Bear down.
Bear down.
Bear down.
In 1926, a student's final plea echoed across the University of Arizona.
Tell the team to bear down.
Rooted in this land and built on curiosity, excellence, and determination, we have transformed Bear Down into a legacy.
And you know what? We're just getting started.
Bear Down.
It's one of those stunning situations in a game in which your cleanup hitter has yet to hit, and it's 8-0. The second grand slam for ASU of the season. Shep hit one earlier this year against Southern Utah on the day before Valentine's Day. Here is the All-American catcher against the All-American pitcher. We still marvel in the year she has had despite the score on the scoreboard. How about 394? How about a 500 on base? She's got 10 home runs to lead this team. And it's time to chip away if you're the Cats, as that one dots the outside corner, 1-1 the count. So you watched what she did last year and you thought to yourself, how do you top that? She's topping that. She pops that one up to the right side. So I'll ask you the same question I asked about Taylor Beal. What are a few minor things that you've seen in which she has improved upon? Hard to believe she needed to, but she has. What have you seen where she's improved even more?
I feel like her power is to all pitches now, whereas maybe before it was a little bit more low in the zone. I feel like she's having the ability to hit a lot of different spots. Oof. That might have been strike three.
2-2 the count. What a great answer, though.
Take another look at this. You see the upspin from Brown. That's a strike in my book.
It's been quite a few years since, as the changeup flutters high, since ASU has hung 8 on Arizona. Have to go back to March of 2022. ASU won 8-0 in 5. Marissa Schold was very good in that game. She was perfect, as a matter of fact. We're talking about 4 seasons ago. Good take. Well, a marathon starts with the first step, doesn't it? There's your first step. I love watching great hitters because they realize I can't hit a 9-run homer.
Well, and if Arizona wants a chance to not only just win this ball game, but win this series, win this weekend, you have to get to the best player on Arizona State's team, and that's Kenzie Brown. And so right now it's all about building at bats and getting comfortable against the All-American in the circle.
And watching Grace Jenkins hit, we'll see how she follows suit. Having a year in which she has gotten on base at about a 490 clip. The UConn transfer looks at a pitch over the outside corner. You and I have been in the other chair calling a lot of Arizona games in which, what was it, 9 straight run rules that they reeled off? Is that about right?
Yep.
So we called a lot of them, a majority of them, and you always talk about the one thing you want to do for the team on the other side, which now the Cats are that team, is you want to make the other team play 7. If you're now down 8-0, the mantra needs to be, I agree, you want to try and come back and win it, but make them play 7 innings against you.
And make your at-bats long. Make Kenzie Brown have a high pitch count. Those are the little goals that you're having and you're talking about in the dugout. You don't want to look at the scoreboard and say we need to score 8. You're just saying let's have longer at-bats and just start right there. Let's have a couple more foul balls.
A lot of positives for Grace this year, statistically. She's got 17 walks, 7 strikeouts. She leans that one back to the screen. That classic stance where she loads up that back leg, pretty left-handed swing. Really lives in her legs. We've seen her drive the ball to left and spray it everywhere. Pull power, though. If you make a mistake up, she's got that strong pull power. Good take, 2-2 the count. This is what you're talking about, right?
Yep, just extending at bats. The last thing you want is the ace of your opponent to have easy light work.
2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Yeah, making it work as she fouls it off. Folsom, California, the hometown of Grace Jenkins. She said goodbye to high school. She was saying goodbye to St. Francis Catholic High School. Twin sister Hope plays at Ole Miss. Mom, a college basketball player, Kathleen. Her dad is Charles. That's a swing and a miss. That's strike 3 down below that swing plane. Really effective pitch.
I love the fact that Kenzie Brown didn't give up on her off speed in this at bat. She threw it to Grace a couple of times and Jenkins was able to foul it off, but just knowing I have to have this pitch. I have to be confident in this pitch. I need it right now. Beautifully executed.
Deli Jennings takes a pitch just off the plate. When you throw as hard as she does, anything where you pull the string back a little bit, it's going to have a major effect. What a great location for that pitch, too. There's nothing that can be done. You know, it's either taken, and if you make contact, you're not doing anything with it. The 1-0. 1-1 the count. And just when you gear up for maybe a secondary pitch, you get that instead of that changeup you were thinking you were going to get.
Yeah, her best pitch, without a doubt, is her rise. But she's done a great job the last couple of seasons at growing her arsenal and really embracing that off speed and going down in the zone.
Swing and a miss, 1-2 the count. Big 12 pitcher of the week back in early February. This is her graduate season. Back-to-back home starts with 13 strikeouts against Oklahoma Northwestern. And 16 and 13 a season ago against Kansas a couple of times. He has put together statistically an incredible career. .279 and a third innings. Hold your breath here on this one, folks. 279 and a third career innings. 505 strikeouts. The 1-2. Nice job hanging around. We'll do it again. 1-2 the count on Jennings. Last year's tally was 174, just a tick over, and 289 strikeouts. The 1-2. That's strike 3 again. Bottom falls out of that one. It puts on the brakes at home plate. Back-to-back strikeouts.
Well, we talked to head coach Caitlin Lowe last inning. This is what she was talking about when we asked her the adjustments that you're going to have to make against Kenzie Brown. And she wasn't real happy with the balls that were swung at down in the zone. Of course, we all know about the rise up in the zone, but she said we were expanding too much low. And you saw it right there with Jennings. And quickly, of course, the leadoff runner gets on, but then Kenzie Brown shuts it down with back-to-back strikeouts.
Jenna Sniffen doing damage when she does put the ball in play this year. As that one's popped foul to the screen. Hitting just .232 on the year, but you can add 100 to that on base percentage. And slugging almost .500, so that carries the OPS up over .800. She's got 13 hits, 2 of them doubles and 4 of them homers. So half of her hits have been big hits. And an elite defender at third base as well. Hold the string back again. Boy, that pitch has really had effect. 1-2 the count.
You can see the spin there. She tunnels it just like her rise ball or a curve ball.
The 1-2. Good take on a pitch, perfect pitch to follow up the previous pitch. And a good eye for Jenna. Kez Lucas, Addison Duke also waiting their chance this inning. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. She struck out the side after a leadoff walk to Sydney Stewart. That's 4 strikeouts in 2 innings. And her team has spotted her 8 runs. ASU leads it 8-0. When a page turns, an opportunity presents itself, and that's what's going on with Janae Berry. She gets the call, the native of Queen Creek, Arizona, Queen Creek High School. And a super sophomore for this team. Just 23 innings of work, but she's got a chance to post up a couple of very solid innings. A tough evening for Riley Holder. It's Janae's turn now.
Arizona, smaller staff this season, and 3 new faces. There's Holder. Not the outing that she wanted, no doubt.
Sees her ERA bump up to 4.5, goes 2 innings, give up 6 hits and 8 runs all earned. It wasn't lack of command at all. She only walked 1. There wasn't really any help. There was a hit batter as well, so you could say those 2 were passed along. It was about power. It was about 3 home runs. It was about a team that really felt comfortable in the box against her. Into left field toward the alley it goes. That one is down. Shep, who homered a moment ago, hurries on around into second with the double. Duke had a hard time putting a fork in it and grabbing it, and it popped up in the air, but I'm not sure if she had a play. Maybe she did at second base.
Yeah, that's an important at-bat here for Arizona State. New pitcher, and you want to make sure you don't lose any of the mojo, right? You want to keep what they have going offensively and continue it. And Emily Shep, new pitcher. Of course, Shep played with only 1 pitcher for this Arizona roster, talking about how new this staff is, how new this bullpen is with Janae Berry and Jalen Adams. Riley Holder, 3 transfers, and so Emily Shep was a catcher. Did a lot of her time here in the bullpen, but with none of these faces, so it makes it that much more impressive. 2 for 2 on the night.
Bunted. No one to make the play, and now they go and cover second base, but then the runner is tagged out. The softball pops free at home plate. Runners move to second. Things get off the rails a bit defensively for Arizona that time. Berry looked to first. There was someone covering the bag, but kind of froze up that time. 9-0.
Yeah, sacrifice bunt here right to Janae Berry, and just gets tied up, doesn't make the throw, and then you saw Emily Shep saw that maybe there was a little bit of a miscommunication. She goes for it, and I like the effort there at the end from Barry, but not able to keep that ball in her glove. That was a crazy turn of events there.
So fielder's choice, I believe. Doesn't really
great
make
question.
the choice.
That's a great question.
So the out is here.
I'm not sure what happened with the throw. It almost looked like she was going underhand and then decided not to throw it. And you can see in the background, the third base coach, Josh Bloomer, was a little bit like, why are you going? And then, of course, Emily Shep slides in home. The ball falls out. She's safe. And it's like, oh, okay, great. Good call.
Good decision. I had your back the entire time.
That's right. That's exactly how we planned it. Got another run.
It's Brooklyn's opportunity now. As Barry says, give me a minute to pull myself together. Ulrich singled back in the second inning. We're talking about her journey at Marshall as that one dives low and away. She had a 4-hit game against Coastal Carolina a couple of years ago. Becomes your home when you play for a program and play in West Virginia 164 times. That's a lot of games, and it becomes your program. And a wonderful opportunity to come back home to wrap up her college career. I'd say ASU from Red Mountain High School. No traffic, of course, is probably 15, 20 minutes max. Red Mountain, really good athletics, great softball, great baseball. The 1-1. Lined, out the outstretched glove, into center field it goes. They'll draw the throw to the plate. It's a big arm, but safe at the plate. Reagan Shockey, no stranger to an outfield assist, has a really good arm and made it very close, but it's 10-0.
This is just a really nice piece of hitting from Ulrich down at the bottom of the lineup. And yes, Reagan Shockey has a great arm, but this throws too much to Sydney Stewart's right. And Ho Ching, she has a ton of speed. So she was going, no doubt, even though that ball was hit very hard. Sometimes as a base runner, you'll kind of feel that, and maybe your third base coach will hold you up, but not with the speed that Ho Ching has.
Yaya Acuna sends that bunt up the third base line. And it trickles foul with the score 10-0. Arizona will not employ the 5-defender infield. Play the traditional 4. Acuna reached on a fielder's choice. First time up. Maria and Moro, her parents. And Nira and Yahaira, her 2 sisters. Thundercats, right? Her travel program. Popped up the bunt, right back to the circle. A gift of an out that time, but you know what? The Cats will take it.
Yeah, older sister Yanni Acuna, an All-American.
Yep.
For Arizona State, was so good.
Yaya stole a bunch of bases throughout her time at Sal Point. 61 stolen bases during her time. A couple of years back, had 34 in a single season. Kaylee Pond flips that one foul. Hey, by the way, happy birthday.
To who?
You.
Oh, goodness.
It is your birthday today. Don't be coy with me.
Oh, goodness. Thank you.
Big plans tonight?
Big plans. Going to hit up the local Dairy Queen on the way home.
Okay, okay. Do they have chips and salsa there? Or you have to bring your own?
I've got it at home, don't worry.
Lined into left center field. That one is down. One hops the wall. What a beautiful approach for Pond. They'll test the arms one more time, and another run will score. ASU leads it 11-0. That approach, Kaylee Pond, was a masterclass.
Yeah, she is just putting on a clinic in her senior season. You see this pitch, it's up, it's out. That is not a strike, but Kaylee Pond, the way that she is swinging, I would stay right where she's at. Keep your swing big, keep it open, keep it aggressive. And how about scoring position from first base? A little bit of a bobble out in center field for Reagan Shockey. And it just kind of feels that kind of night where it's just lopsided. Everything is going the way for the Sun Devils, and Arizona making some maybe mistakes that we haven't seen them make, especially at home, right? Opening night, the big series against your rival.
Freshman Jasmarie Roberts gets the call to pinch hit with her team up 11-0. As the right-handed bat takes up and away. These are fun situations when you can open it up for multiple players to get some time. As Roberts takes a pretty pitch to even things up at 1-1. 11 runs, 9 hits, and not a single miscue for ASU. No runs and no hits in their first couple of innings. Roberts, the freshman out of Modesto, California, base hit left field. They'll stop the runner at third. Roberts makes the most of her opportunity as she gets the call. And the hits just keep on coming for this squad. Came in hitting .308.
Sitting on that off-speed pitch there, a little bit out in front, but hit so sharply. Looks like we'll have a pitching change for the Cats, and we do.
Sarah Wright gets the call to go to work for the Cats. Tough night for the home team for sure. 11-0 is the score. Sarah comes on for the 10th time this year. We'll reintroduce Sarah Wright to all of you when we come back. ASU a stunner tonight. Appeared in 4 games a season ago, actually earned herself a start. This is her 10th appearance. And again, opportunity is what we talk about for Sarah Wright, trying to see if she can stop what has been a ferocious, I mean, it's been the Cats that have really set the bar nationally offensively, but tonight it's ASU that has made this first statement. This is a sophomore from Kent, Washington. Got to find a way to quiet him down.
Yeah, obviously, Jalen Adams, the ace for the Cats, will not see her tonight. She will be getting the start, I'm sure, tomorrow. And then, of course, I'm always thinking about the pitchers, right? I'm always thinking about our pitchers on both sides. How long does Kenzie Brown go? If you're Coach Bartlett for Arizona State, you maybe have her throw 1 more inning and then bring in maybe a reliever in the 5th, save a couple of pitches. I mean, you got to think long game, right? Yes, a win here for the Sun Devils would be huge, especially top 15 ranked win, huge for the resume. But
on the road.
On the road, absolutely. And you're also thinking series, right? You want another win. And so you've got to think about what you want to do with Kenzie Brown.
Meantime, we'll watch Ashley Mejia, who has been hit by a pitch, singled, and scored a couple of runs tonight. She'll swing the bat as she takes in and off the plate. Arizona State coming in with 22 wins, 7 losses, 2-4 in Big 12 play. Arizona 21-7 and 4-2 in conference play. Megan Bartlett, unless something dramatically changes, will earn her 100th career win at ASU. Linda Wells, Mary Littlewood, Clint Myers, Trisha Ford, all others that have moved into triple digits. Some great names there when you're talking about the history of this program. Squared her up, didn't like it. Ain't got that padding, but she's frustrated. No intent, that's a pitcher just trying to find the plate. She was kind of sternly told to hustle on to first by Megan Rabin behind the plate.
Yeah, obviously a little bit emotional. It's the second time that Mejia has been hit. Different pitchers, of course.
Yeah, I think it comes down to it. Either diamond sport, I think I can speak to this a little bit. love for you to join in that conversation.
I know where you're going.
It's not about intent. I don't think it's about intent. I think elite players at this level, both Diamond Sports, will say, look, this is Division I college softball. This is the Big 12. Be better.
Well, also knowing, I mean, Mejia is in the 3 spot for a reason, right? And so knowing how you are going to get pitched and kind of figuring out like, oh, I am the hitter that is getting the respect in this lineup, right? She's been on base 27 straight games. She's the hitter. Also, I will also circle Kaylee Pond, but she's the hitter right now that's going to draw all of your attention. And so you're talking about the scouting report and what you want to do with those big power bats. And as a pitcher, you always want to go in tight on the hands. And so you tell yourself as a pitcher, if you miss in. Because the last thing you want to do is miss over the heart of the plate, because you know what's going to happen if you do that. And so, of course, the left-handed hitter, right-handed pitcher, there's only so much room for that miss to happen.
And my follow-up to you is this. I agree with you. I think what the hitter is saying with her actions is not, why'd you hit me on purpose? That's not at all what she's
saying.
Hit
your spot.
She said, that's exactly right. I expect to be pitched in.
Yep.
Right? I expect that. I understand that. You said it perfectly. Hit your spot. Rolled out toward short. Beal with a quick flip onto first. Double play. On a night where there have been very few highlights for Arizona, it's no surprise that it's the gloves that flashed to first. Gold Glover and Taylor Beal, and right beside her side all year long, Serenity Trice has been incredibly dependable. It's an ASU night. That was a pretty play. Off. It's an ASU Sun Devil softball celebration tonight. The opener of this 3-game series. And again, the goal for Arizona, well, they've got to score 4 now to make sure that they're not shut down early in a 5-inning game. See if they can get all the at-bats. The other part of the story is this is a really good pitcher with 11 runs to work with. Kez takes that solid zip over the outside corner. Kez Lucas, 179 with the 319 on base. Again, much like Jenna, she does damage when she has picked up her hit. She's got 7 hits on the year, 1 double, 3 home runs. Getting significant playing time as a freshman, as that one's just a little bit low. Just a tick low. Nice job by Kez making it work. Inside, that's ball 4. Again, little tiny steps in the positive direction. That's all you want, right?
Well, if you're Arizona right now, you want to hit somewhere, right? There's a 0 on the board for everything offensively against Kenzie Brown. And I know that as a pitcher, Kenzie Brown's probably not thinking about spin in a no-hitter, but I'm sure she wants it. Like,
Why
what
not?
a cool moment that would be. You've got the offensive comfort. I was talking last inning about maybe you pull her in the 4th, and then during the break, I was like, wait a minute, she's got a no-no going.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna leave her out there until something else happens.
Kiki Escobar runs. Escobar, such an important part of this team, and will play whatever role is needed in the Broadway show that is Arizona softball. Whatever you need her to do, she'll do it, including play a really good defense at first base and in the outfield as well. Important to have players like that who are selfless too. Addison Duke, the sophomore, 383 on base percentage to open her time with Arizona. She's got 13 hits. She's got 10 walks as well. 23 times she has reached. In a snapshot, what have you learned watching Addison Duke play the first half of the season?
She's got really great opposite field power, sees the ball very deep. Had her first home run a couple of games ago here at Hillenbrand, and it was to right field. But when she's really dialed in with her singles, I feel like the majority of them are to left center. She's been a really nice spark at the bottom of the lineup. I was looking at the stats prior to this game, and 7 for 7 in stolen bases as well.
Yeah, she's part of that. It's hard to tell if the offense is going right and it's a train that's really moving. Is she the caboose, or is she just another engine at the front? Like, because if you think about it, that 7 for 7 is followed by Shockey's 8 for 9, is followed by Trice's 7 of 8, is followed by Beal's 8 of 8. So she's kind of a 9-hole slash leadoff hitter.
Well, if I remember correctly, like when I was younger playing with like trains, I feel like the caboose is kind of either way, right? It can kind of look, you can flip it around and it could be the end or it can be the beginning.
Yes, yes. And I look forward to hearing about that new train set you're getting tonight for your birthday.
That's right. Hopefully my husband got that for me.
The 2-2. Bouncing ball slips away. Escobar slides, pops right up, and heads to third. On a night in which there have been no breaks, they get one, the Cats, and Addison Duke reaches. Got right under the glove of Katie Chester.
You can see in the background Chester telling Kenzie, that's my bad, I got you on the next one. This is a ball that she absolutely needs. Feet get a little bit still. Want to open up a little bit and field that almost to your side, just because in front of you it's really hard to read that ball. Heads up base running there from Kiki Escobar.
They're going to need to take a look, I think, at the official scoring of that. I mean, 100 times out of 100, Katie Chester will tell you, I've got to make that play, correct? And what are we looking at here? I know it's not what I just talked about. And they're taking one more look. And the no-hitter is alive and well. And it's, I think, I love using the rule. Go ask Katie Chester and she'll tell you what it is.
Yeah, exactly. I think they're looking at if Kiki Escobar left early. It's the only thing that I can think of. See the first base runner at the top of our frame. Foot is on the base. She's good. Ball is out of the hand.
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
Okay.
If that's what they're looking at.
Well, we've grabbed their shot, so we're stealing from DV Sport their shot. So I'm guessing that's what they're looking at.
Yeah, this is nothing, but I get it if you're Arizona State, right? You want to just kind of keep this game in check where it is.
Can I give you a counterpoint?
Sure. Little momentum break.
You want to keep your pitcher in tune and moving, not stop the game for her. I'll give you a counterpoint on that one.
All right. I'm with you.
And she's rocking and rolling.
I always feel like challenges can be used as icing. I just really feel like when, especially in offense, oh, here comes the call.
After further review, the call on the field is confirmed. The runner did not leave early.
Okay.
Arizona State has one remaining challenge.
Especially when you're the opponent, and the fans here at Hillenbrand have just been waiting for something to clap about and cheer about. They have had nothing to cheer about since the first pitch of this game, and so you don't want to allow them to continue that momentum, which then could feed into the lineup offensively. So I kind of feel like those challenges can be used strategically as well.
Well, and here we are now as Reagan Shockey. We're in that part of the order. And look, Duke was helped. That was an error, but Duke flips the lineup over. I don't want to lose the at-bat by Kez Lucas, just a freshman who, against one of the best pitchers in the country when she's on, coaxed a walk. Oh, Kenzie Brown, already with 4 strikeouts in this game, deals with Reagan Shockey. And stunningly enough, Shockey was one of her strikeout victims. Just the 10th time Reagan struck out this year. What a year it's been for this elite center fielder. She is dynamic out there in the outfield, that big arm that has thrown out multiple players. And again, to go along with that, she's got 35 hits. Takes that one with her, but it's foul. That's not a bad idea, is it? Instead of the slap, that was not a bad idea at all.
Yeah, especially with a runner at first base. Obviously, Arizona does not need 1 run. They need a lot of runs, and so trying to allow Addison Duke to get to second, set up a bigger inning for the power part of the lineup.
Absolutely, and if that's fair, it's a hit. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Huge strikeout for a batter that never does. And twice she has sent her back to the dugout.
They'll always tell you great pitching can be great hitting. Kenzie Brown is a great pitcher. And both times Reagan Shockey, she has struck out on that pitch, down and in. That had that screwball-like spin, yet it dove at the plate. What would you call that last pitch? To me, it almost looks like a fastball, but it's almost like a 2-seam fastball.
Got it. I mean, I'm sure they're calling it other things in the Arizona dugout, and we can't put that on television. It's gross.
Yeah, Kenzie Brown, I mean, she goes arm side a lot, really likes to run away to lefties.
Bouncing ball, little tag. Trying to get that runner at first, can't do it, and the run scores. That's twice Ho-Ching has been presented with the opportunity to make a play on Trice. Trice reaches on a fielder's choice. This is a heck of a play.
Well, you can tell that the approach that Kenzie Brown has had against Reagan Shockey and Serenity Trice has been to go in. She can easily just go away and run her rise ball, but knowing what Reagan Shockey and Serenity Trice are capable of when they can get their barrel extended and get a pitch away, I just love the approach that she has had against them tonight.
0-1 the count against DeBeal. And again, if you have that kind of arm, or even close, and that kind of command, those are the scouting reports. Those are the videos that will be passed around for future foes. It's not always about the swing and miss. You're not going to strike out Reagan Shockey a ton, but I think you make a good point. She only went away to Shockey when she was going for the kill, for the strikeout.
Well, I can tell you how tough it is as a right-handed pitcher to go in confidently to left-handed hitters and go in confidently low and in. Like, that is such a tough pitch. We've seen it on the other side, Arizona not able to execute that pitch.
Good take on a change of pace on an 0-2 pitch. Yeah, Trice stands out there at first base again. How difficult is it to get her out? She's got 45 hits this year. She's got 6 walks. That's 51 times on base in 28 games. Right in on the hands. Again, back in there with effect. Excellent pitch. Ulrich is there. Brooklyn to put that one away for the 3rd out of the inning. The Cats do scratch, but they're down 10.
It's baseball season, Wildcat fans, and tickets are on sale now. From the Dingers into the Tucson Sunset at High Corbett to the slick double plays up the middle, you won't want to miss any of the action this season. Tell a friend, bring the kids, and pack the juice box as Chip Hale and the Arizona Wildcats compete for another Big 12 championship. Get your tickets now by calling 520-621-CATS. That's 520-621-2287 or visiting ArizonaWildcats.com/BSB. Bear down. 8 national championships, 12 conference championships, 25 College World Series appearances. Sounds amazing, doesn't it? Well, now is your chance to be part of the next great Arizona softball season as Caitlin Lowe and the Wildcats take on year 2 in the Big 12. There's no better place to watch a game than historic Hillenbrand Stadium. So get your tickets now by calling 520-621-CATS. That's 520-621-2287 or visiting ArizonaWildcats.com/SB. Bear down.
No nights off in the Big 12. Every matchup is personal. Every game is a battle. And everyone is coming for your spot. Bring that pressure right to the paint. Game on the line. Clock winding down. Fans on their feet. 30 years strong, and now we shine so bright they can't help but watch. This is where every month feels like March. This is Big 12 men's basketball. This is a different league.
11-1 the score. Arizona State on top of Arizona. A 0 in the hit column. There is a run in that run column as Sam Swan goes to work and lines it into left center field. They have been one-hopping the wall all night long. Throw is high. Sails over the head of Serenity Trice. They're just playing wall ball. And Swan with the double.
Early in the count is where Arizona State has done their damage tonight. They have been so aggressive on the first or second pitch of every at-bat. Going up to the plate with intent. Maybe you have a plan where you're looking on one side of the plate, and if it's there, you unleash and have a really big swing. It's just been that kind of a night where every hitter has gone up to the plate hunting for pitches.
And then there's M. Shep. Emily having a huge night, coming back here, playing in Tucson. And by the way, it's been a minute since ASU has won a game in Tucson against the Cats as that one slips right on through. Emily Shep, this has got to feel good for her. She is now, I don't know if she's a triples hitter, but a triple away from the cycle. 3 for 3.
Well, the way that Arizona State is turning over their lineup, she might get another at-bat, so she might get a crack at it.
And we talk about some of the unique notes in this game already. You know, Reagan Shockey has struck out twice. Tegan Cavan was the only other pitcher, Texas arm, to do so earlier this year. That's really tough to do. You know, the runs they've scored, the second Grand Slam of the year. Tiade Ho Ching. And then you have the concept of that no-hitter with a run being scored. It's been 13 years since that's happened. And another hit batter. And when got it right, I think about the ankle. It looked like there was some padding there.
You hope so. Well, it looked like it would hurt. Oh,
Yep,
yeah.
right on it. Doesn't, look, I'm going to promise you it doesn't make it feel great, though.
No, and you can tell that there would have been maybe a bigger react out of it.
Working on pitching tight in and off the plate. Brooklyn Ulrich tonight singled a couple of times. Driven in a run as well. Base is full. Good take on a pitch outside. Allison and Eric, her parents. She's got 2 brothers, Colton and Mason. And a good take. That one dives down and away. Yeah, thinking about what it means to come down here and win. Go back 4 years since they've won a game down here. That one dives outside. (3-1). Little roller, and that one trickles foul. More than any other sport, this sport just screams for a short-term memory, right? If you're playing in the basketball, the women's basketball team, they may not play that team again until the tournament. The this is a sport as that one's right under her knuckles and a swing and a miss, strike 3. Where you got to flush it, move on, and you hope to win the next 2. It's a good pitch.
Yeah, Sarah Wright going in tight. Taking a page out of Kenzie Brown's book here. I mean, you're right. Yes, it's a weekend that both of these teams want so badly, right? But one win, especially for Arizona State, you have the opportunity to play spoiler, to play upset, and get that resume win. Huge.
I say this now, and I'm sure ASU fans won't love what I'm about to say, but we felt like this coming in. No one was going to sweep this series. Sorry, it just is too evenly matched. So now, if you're ASU, you're thinking you can.
Yeah.
You look to win the series tomorrow, and if you're Arizona, tomorrow's just a new day. We're tossing our ace at you. Let's see how it goes.
Well, do you throw Kenzie Brown tomorrow? Do you go for the kill and say, let's win this series right now?
Here's a thought. The game was supposed to be at 3. You buy 3 more hours of recovery because of the heat. The game's now at 6. That maybe opens the door for you to make that decision.
I'm looking at her pitch count right now. 55 pitches for the senior for Arizona State.
Down off the end of the bat, funky spin. Turning around and firing to the runner at second base. And they say she's off the bag, want to take another look at it. I'm telling you what, if they do call that out once they take a look at it, that's an amazing play by Serenity Trice. This is crazy.
Yeah, going to her left, you would just think to get
she was on
the
the
sure out. And that tells you that she has so much confidence in that play because of where this game is at. Arizona defensively needs outs. Last thing you want to do is throw that ball away.
Well, Sam Swan scores. Shep is at third. We'll see what they do with Ho-Ching here. Ryan Brown was hitting. Looked like she was planted on that bag.
The call on the second base has been changed to an out.
Okay, they did not even need to go review it. There were plenty of eyeballs on it. And a nice job. Look, this umpiring crew, I like that when you work together like that. Megan, Kelly, and Rick all get together, and they just work together and make that call. That was pretty to the naked eye even, that she had stuck on that bag. So Brown is on a fielder's choice. Gosh, Serenity Trice. I mean, look, the funny thing about that play, Kenz, is the out's in front of you at first. You're getting boat raced. It's 11-1. Just, you could flip and take the easy play. There's so much to like about that choice.
It also tells you where she's at mentally, too. Right, you're still dialed in. You don't want to be scoreboard watching. You want to play exactly how you would play this game if it was 1-1. Yeah, I think we need to start talking about her defense a little bit more.
I would agree.
She's hitting over 500, so that is absolutely going to draw a lot of eyeballs there, leading Arizona's offense. But defensively, I've liked what I've seen from Serenity this season.
That one dives down and in. Boy, did Kaylee Pond become villain at the top of the billing when she stepped into the box. First pitch of the game and crushed it off the, well, over the batter's eye in center field. Not off of it, but over it. That one skips away and a run will be plated. And it moves into scoring position. So a wild pitch that time. Sarah Wright uncorks it. It's 13-1. Two and 0 the count. It's funny, there are flashes of brilliance and big stuff from Sarah Wright. I think it's just a matter of keeping it on the highway more often. She's pitched in with effect. She's made that last pitch is an excellent, that's a winning pitch at this level. So is that one, just a little bit low.
That's just the consistency. Didn't have a ton of opportunity a season ago. Of course, was behind Devin Netz, All-American, and Miranda Stoddard, that 1-2 punch.
3-2 the count. Defensive runs saved, an advanced metric. We talk about it a little bit. Reagan Shockey leads this team with the most defensive runs saved. And I'm going back to your point about Serenity. Addison Duke is second on that list. Jenna Sniffen is third. And then Taylor Beal and Serenity Trice at a very similar number at shortstop and second base. Heck, Sydney Stewart is 2 defensive runs saved as a catcher. But it's kind of a runaway. Center fielder Reagan Shockey is the dominator if you put both these teams together with defensive runs saved. But I agree with you. It's time to talk more about Serenity. Pond walks. Runners on first and second. So Megan Bartlett, close to her 100th win. Should they wrap this one up, they're up 12. I know we're scheduled to interview her. Do you think she'll be willing still to do the interview?
I hope so.
It's been a really tough night for her, huh?
She's been working hard over there.
Well, we know she's working hard. I know that no matter if it's 13-1 or you're down 13-1, you're working.
The work is fun.
But it's been a great night for her and her team.
The work has not been stressful. It has not been a stressful night for Coach Bartlett.
No, I think what you're doing now, and I think she's doing that, is you're maybe finding an at-bat.
Yep.
Or a chance to run for some athletes that might not get to play too much. Get their feet wet in a series like this. But if you're going to grab win number 100 with a program, this is how you do it. Turn that volume up to 11. Second at bat for Jazz Marie, and she takes low. Little spinner off the end of the bat. There's that defender we've been talking about. She is very sure-handed 0-0. 13 runs on the scoreboard for ASU. 13-1. We'll talk to the head coach chasing win number 100 as an ASU leader. What a spectacular night for ASU offensively. It started with one swing of the bat for Kaylee Pond as she left the yard. Emily Schnepp snuck it over. Katie Chester with the bases full. High, beautiful, majestic home run into left field. And it's a 13-1 lead. And chasing career win number 100 with ASU. Coach Bartlett joins us down below. Megan, thanks for being with us. We really appreciate it.
No problem.
There are not answers to everything, I understand that, but the tone, the mood, the feel of your team making the trip here. Tell me a little bit about pregame as to why it's netted this result in the game so far.
They came ready to compete. You know, we had nothing to lose. Arizona's a great team, 12th in the country, and they showed up and swung the bats. I don't know. Like, it's, you know, baseball and softball has magic in it sometime, and we found some tonight, which was awesome.
Well, I want to specifically ask about Emily Schnepp. Of course, this is a big moment for her, the transfer from Arizona, 3 for 3. Just what has she brought to your team, not just tonight, but this whole season?
Ooh, barrel control, power. She's a calm person. She's a consistent person. She immediately just acclimated to the team and the program, and we love Sheppy. So it's fun to watch her compete tonight. It's just making my heart happy.
Hey, Megan, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Head coach Megan Bartlett. I love it. Like, you can't really explain why nights like this happen. I was just curious with kind of the tone, the mood. Maybe she was even surprised. And as a coach, you don't really want to explain why nights like this happen.
Yeah, I just hope that, you know, the preparation is something that, or the result is because of the preparation, right? You don't, nights like this aren't going to happen all of a sudden just by a snap of your fingers. It's the game plan and the week of practice that you've put in, getting everybody feeling right and getting everyone on your team in a good mental space where they can go into a hustle environment and feel free and be the attacker.
Bottom half of inning number 4, and a chance for Sydney Stewart to hit for the second time in this game. This is the kind of game you want to have if, in fact, you're ASU. The kind of game where if it goes according to your script, a hitter like Sydney Stewart hits twice. That's it. A season ago, a home run chase that took her to 20. She's already halfway there. She'll blow past that number this year with what she's been able to do. This is a fun matchup, by the way. Firm and 3-1 right down the middle, popping that catcher's mitt of Swan.
Yeah, this is a matchup that I want to be watching this summer. With the AUSL, these are two just elite players at both of their positions.
3-1, got the call in the extended corner. 3-2 the count. That's that wicked spin. Got a hitter's count. She made a pitcher's pitch. What comes here on 3-2? Elevated. Maybe change speeds this next pitch or no?
I'm going in tight hands rise.
Okay, all right.
You just got a hitter to lean a little bit over the outer half. I'm going right back in tight.
3-2. Rolled out toward third, leaving her feet from a knee. Good effort over there. Yazzie dug that one out. Heck of a play, just couldn't make the throw in time. Base hit. First hit.
Yeah, the no-no broken up for Kenzie Brown, and this is just tough. What a play here. You're trying to hustle. Sydney Stewart runs very well for a catcher. Hits this ball well, goes down to get it.
Now Stewart grinding, earning her way on. Here's Grace Jenkins. Fights it off down the left field line. We'll do it again. No ball, 1 strike the count on Grace. She struck out back in the second inning. Jennings sniffing, all strikeout victims behind her. The reigning Big East Player of the Year said goodbye to the Big East. Someone new will grab that award this year. And the 1-1. Change of pace a little bit low. It was June 27th. Jenkins came out of the portal and made her commitment here to Arizona. Shared by social media on Instagram and her Instagram as well, as she's drilled by that one in tight. Kenzie's saying, hang on, didn't that get the knob of her bat? Didn't I get her bat? I don't know that I got her arm. I think I got her bat. Now you got her arm.
Yeah.
You got her arm.
That front arm, that right arm. I think it also, the way it sounds when it hits the Evo shield, it sounds very much like it would be hitting a bat or hitting the knob.
Yeah, all that equipment does a great job around the shin, around the foot, around the elbow. But it's not perfect. And you're not wearing armor in the middle of war. It still is going to hurt when you have a pitcher throw that hard. How about Emma Cavanaugh? She gets a chance to swing the bat. What a power year she has had. Been fun to watch her scrap, fight, do big things. Cavanaugh, you see the sophomore from Illinois. I'll remind all of you, she's got 5 home runs this year. She's slugging .773. One and one the count. Now that's the slug. She's hitting right around 300, as you can see. She's got 8 hits. Check that, 15 hits. I undersold her. And 8 of the 15 are for extra bases. 1-2 the count. Talk to me about Kavanaugh, the approach, what you like about it.
Oh, she swings big. Last couple of pitches, pitches that she can absolutely hit. Typically very aggressive early in the count.
1-2, power on power, and Kavanaugh took an aggressive hack. Boy, that backed up exactly what you just said. That was not a tentative swing.
Well, and also that's not a 2-strike swing, but that's just kind of how she is built, right? She swings the same, whether it's the first pitch or a full count, 2 strikes. Swinging to do damage.
1-2, sails high. Kavanaugh last year found her way into 28 games. Same kind of thing. She got on base a bunch of 429 clip. Didn't do the damage that she's done this year, but still had in a small sample size, a positive year as a freshman. 2-2. Swing and a miss. That curveball spin on it disappeared away. That had teeth.
Oh, this is just such a good spot. Good execution. 2 strikes, especially the last couple of pitches. Kenzie Brown was going in tight, and so you get a hitter on one side of the plate, it opens up the other half.
That's so feeding off the greed of the hitter, knowing what your hitter is, knowing that your hitter's aggressive, starting it right there on the outer half, but then it was gone. Jenna struck out back in the second inning. Knocked down in the circle, recovered. Throws and a nice dig. That saved a run. By the time she recovered to grab it, that's a base hit, by the way. By the time Brown recovered, probably had to hold on to it. You understand why she tried to hurry it. Nice play by Chester.
Yeah, a little bit of a miss spot here from Kenzie. Pitch that you can see over the heart of the plate, and that's just where it's going to get hit. Good news for her. She gets a glove on it. Close play, trying to run it down. Giving her a little bit of a moment there as a pitcher. That's not a fun place to be. Well, without a doubt, that's the best piece of hitting that we've seen from the Cats. Bases loaded with 1 out now, and the bottom of the lineup, an opportunity to just make something happen.
Molly Daly, a talented local product, the freshman who we've seen so often in this role, getting a chance to run the bases. Will do so for Jenna. Molly appearing in her 22nd game. She scored 9 runs already this year. One of these days, she'll pick up her first college at bat, but these are great learning experiences for her as she's on the back end of the bases being full. Here's Kez Lucas. Again, the math of everything, right? So if Lucas were to knock one over the boards, it's suddenly an 8-run deficit. You need 1 more to keep hitting. These are the things you think about if you're Arizona. Make them work. Heck, chase her from the game if you can. It's easier said than done with this pitcher. That one is high, 1-1 the count. Kenzie has allowed 7 home runs this year, 16 extra base hits overall. The 1-1. Floats that one right over the inside corner. Beautiful pitch, 1-2. Three and a third innings of work. She struck out 6. She wants strikeout number 7 right here. Couldn't grab it. Nice job hanging around by Kez. By the way, Kez walked her first at bat. The 1-2 to the Hawaiian native. Bouncing ball out towards short, slips on into left field. Another Cat run will score, trying to make it 2. The throw to the plate, the tag, it pops free. Both runs score. Chipping away, climbing back into this game. And Kez is rewarded for making contact. It's 13-3.
A little bit of an adventure here. This ball just bouncing a little bit, and I feel like Ulrich needs to keep this in front of her. There's got to be a way for you to keep that ball in the infield. She was kind of drop stepping with it instead of trying to get in front of it. And then Grace Jenkins going, you're seeing that ball coming in while you're watching her rounding third and going for home, and you're thinking this is going to be an out without a doubt, but then the ball comes out. Just a little bit of everything there.
That one zips outside and off the plate. Addison Duke, 13-3, down 10. Now if you homer, you're in business. You're making them play. You're making them have to score more. You're making the pitcher work. Little things you do in a game. More pitches. Pitch number 81 now. That's outside. 2-0 the count. This is what makes this sport so unique, and especially in a 3-game series, the game within the game. Two 2-0 the count. Right down the middle to Addison Duke. 2-1. Duke reached on an error back in the 3rd inning. She has scored 22 runs this year already out of that 9 spot. 2-2. All-American Kenzie Brown. They've scratched a couple of times against her now. The Tulsa transfer, the Illinois native. She's done amazing things in college. What a perfect fit she's been for ASU. Nice play on a backhand into the dirt by Swan.
Well, if you're Arizona right now, of course, we talked about a couple of innings ago, extending your at-bat, starting with fouling off more pitches, just seeing more pitches in every at-bat.
Lifted, left field, well struck toward the warning track. It's up against the base of that wall. One Cat will score. Lucas right behind. She hurries home. The Cats scratching away, trying to make ASU play 7. They're down 8, 1 run closer now.
Well, now they're forcing Kenzie Brown, the All-American, in the circle to pitch under stress. And the more pitches that these Arizona hitters are facing, they're just getting rid of the stuff that maybe she was successful the first couple of innings. And you expect that, right? Second time through the lineup, you expect there to be adjustments. Thought that this might have had a chance to go out, but it just kind of died there at the end. 2-run score for Arizona. It's now 4 in this inning.
So an in-depth conversation and possibly a decision to be made. A pitcher like this has earned the right to have a vote in her future. And will, I'm guessing, be honest in this situation as to how she feels with the long play in mind, the weekend in mind.
Well, you have an opportunity to get a win. You've got to get the win tonight, right? You had a 13-1 lead. This is absolutely Arizona State's game. And you've got to find a way to execute it. And I would leave her in. I like the conversation there with pitching coach John Barkfelt, new this season. Aisa Silva getting loose in the pen just in case, but I think you just have a little bit of a conversation and just take a breath.
Now here you are back to the top of the order. Shockey has twice been a strikeout victim. And that's the stunning number with this elite athlete, this great contact hitter, this great slapper and leadoff hitter. She bounces that one out toward short, high up the ladder. That's what makes her so dangerous. When she's right, she's doing it all night long. No play there for Brooklyn.
Wondering if we're going to have a challenge on this play. It was a close one. I think she's safe.
Oh, yeah.
On that angle right there. Yep, safe. And that feels good for Shockey. Was over 2 with 2 strikeouts. Gets a pitch that she can do something with.
Serenity takes low, 1-0 the count. 5 runs have crossed.
You just think about Kenzie Brown going into this inning was pitching a no-hitter.
One and 0 the count. Swing and a miss, 1-1. She leaves that one behind. The Iowa State transfer, all conference a year ago, has gotten better since she's come to Arizona. Swing and a miss, 1-2 the count. And she'll tell you, obviously, her own work, the work she does when nobody's watching, that's been a big part of it. The other part of it, that runner at first base, they make one another better. She and Shockey learn from one another. They compete with one another in a healthy way. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back rise balls. Dangerous stuff there.
Well, I always say the way to beat slap hitters is to go in tight and maybe low and slow, but something in where their barrel can't work, and then away and up. Because they're looking away, but if you elevate, they don't want that ball in the air. They want that ball on the ground. That is such a good pitch from Kenzie Brown and a huge, much-needed out.
That one dives a little bit low. 171 at bats, 171. Shockey and Trice in those 171 at bats had struck out 15 times all year combined. They've combined to strike out 3 times tonight. And that's more a doffing or a tipping of the cap to the pitcher than it is being critical of the hitters. The hitters, they deserve no critique. They really don't with the way they played this year. That's just amazing what Kenzie's been able to do. They don't strike out.
Yeah, it's just good stuff.
Swing and a miss. That's a 2-0 hack. I love it. 2-1 the count. I'm trying to make it interesting, she said on 2-0. I'm trying to make it 13-8. Let's play. And she came up empty. Taylor 0 for 2. A little bit more protective that time. 2-2 the count. I think she was looking for something else. Folsom proud, Folsom, California. It's interesting to watch Caitlin go in and have a conversation with Reagan Shockey before her at bat. Both hands on those ear flaps close to her face. Really encouraging her to work hard. Swing and a miss. Meantime, instead of heat up, bottom falls down and away. 2 massive strikeouts, and you know what that does? That keeps her team up 8, in line to shorten this game. Credit to the Cats for fighting, though.
It's baseball season, Wildcat fans, and tickets are on sale now. From the dingers into the Tucson Sunset at High Corbett to the slick double plays up the middle, you won't want to miss any of the action this season. Tell a friend, bring the kids, and pack the juice box as Chip Hale and the Arizona Wildcats compete for another Big 12 championship. Get your tickets now by calling 520-621-CATS. That's 520-621-2287 or visiting ArizonaWildcats.com/BSB. Bear down. 8 national championships, 12 conference championships, 25 College World Series appearances. Sounds amazing, doesn't it? Well, now is your chance to be part of the next great Arizona softball season as Caitlin Lowe and the Wildcats take on year 2 in the Big 12. There's no better place to watch a game than historic Hillenbrand Stadium. So get your tickets now by calling 520-621-CATS. That's 520-621-2287 or visiting ArizonaWildcats.com/SB. Bear down.
I wanted a college that thinks outside of the box. Scratch that. That doesn't even believe in boxes. That's not afraid to tap into the limitless potential of the human brain. And tear down the myth that great education is only for an elite few.
Being able to wear this as an analog astronaut.
Because the truth is, it's for all of us.
You know, when you wake up in the morning and you have a role on a team, you never know how it's going to go. And suddenly, if you're Sarah Wright, you're really important. Why, you would say, Darren? They're down 8. Because you have a chance for a team that's awakened offensively, that has suddenly found a way to hit a really dangerous pitcher and put 5 on the board. And if you're Sarah Wright and you can seize that little bit of momentum, you know, stack up good pitches in a row, which there are single pitches and then just can't really stack them up. Now your team has a chance to make them keep playing. And then you never know what can happen. Driven to right field. Gone. And just as I say that, Ashley Mejia says, I've got your response. A line drive that gets out of here, and also reminding them, you've hit me multiple times, that's how I respond. She pointed right at that arm when she crushed it out of here.
Oh, this is just such a pretty swing. Goes down to get it. This is not a fat pitch. This is a pitch that she has to go earn. Quick to it with her barrel, and it's so fun as a hitter when you can watch that fly out of the ballpark as you're running to first base right in front of you. Like, yeah, let me watch that swing. Let me watch that hit. Celebration on at home plate, and look, Arizona State has scored in every inning. It's not like they've had one huge inning where they've done all of their damage. They have put it on every time they have stepped up to the plate.
Katie hit a grand slam. Katie also singled as she pops that one up off to the right side. That is a wonderful response if you think maybe you're going to creep back in, and then you put your team up 9. Now for Arizona, you got to score twice. And I'm thinking, you tell me, that Kenzie goes right back out there.
Yep.
And there's going to be an edge to her. As that one sails to the backstop, 2-1 the count.
Chester, the transfer from Missouri, redshirted a season ago. He's been the everyday starter at first base this season for the Sun Devils.
Game 2, Texas Tech last weekend. You reminded me of that. Arizona jumped out to a pretty solid lead after dominating in Game 1 against Kennedy and Texas Tech, winning in Lubbock in Game 1. And then it was a strong pushback by Texas Tech, and then they would win that game and then take the series. Strong statement, certainly in night 1 for Arizona. Little roller back to the circle. Underhanded flip in time for the out. Gets Katie. That's what I'm talking about. There are flashes of really tough stuff from right where hitters look uncomfortable. That was one of them.
He had a nice bounce back after the home run. You've got to find a way to just limit the rest of this inning.
The other part of this story for Arizona. And now it's three outings in a row in which a bunch of runs have been scored as Sam Swan take a ride on that one. Swan leaves the yard. And it's a +10 for ASU. Their 6th home run of the year.
How about 5 long balls on the night for the Sun Devils? And it was the way that this game was set, the tone was set by Kaylee Pond. First pitch of this game was hit for a home run, and we have been treated to a lot of big swings from the Sun Devils. And I just love the fact that it's so spread out, right? You look at the top of the lineup, the middle of the lineup, sure, Ashley Mejia, and now we're kind of towards the bottom half of the lineup, and everyone is just getting their swing off.
Back in 2024, Emily Shep was a member of the Arizona Wildcats. During that year, she hit 1 triple. That's her lone college triple. If she hits one now, it's the cycle. As that one's outside, 1-1 the count. Just 1, didn't hit 1 last year here. Hasn't hit 1 this year for Arizona State. And she lines that one toward left field. I'd rather take 4 bags. I don't want 3. No cycle for me, it's a homer. A pair of home runs for Emily Shep. Have a night. Welcome back to Tucson.
What a night. The return of Emily Shep. What is that, 4 for 4? That is 4 for 4 for Emily Shep with 2 home runs. In the first inning, it was a 3-run home run and then had the double, the single. We were asking for a triple. Nope, too much power. Field can't hold me back.
I'm telling you, by the way, with the Shockey, Duke, Jenkins outfield, like one of them has to fall in a hole for you to hit a triple. They're just too good. So she said, forget it. I don't need to. Riley's going to see if she can wrap this thing up. And that was my other point I was about to make. So my other thought was, you got to figure out how to put a little, and look, this 1 inning won't do it. But this is, to me, if you think about the rest of this weekend, this may be your most important person right here coming back in this game. As we summarize what has gone on so far, a whole bunch of homers. And again, you can see Oklahoma got them on a run rule loss back on Feb 7. They went 9 run rules in a row against opposing teams, Arizona. Are you buying what I'm selling on how important Holder is for Arizona?
Yeah, I think obviously tomorrow we'll see Jalen Adams, the ace for the Cats, and then you look ahead, of course, to the 3rd game when everyone has seen everyone, and then who is that number 2 pitcher to be ready or to have meaningful innings, maybe split a game.
Right, it's not that Jalen couldn't start again on Sunday, but you must have this pitcher here.
No doubt.
It's been 3 really tough outings in a row in a season that's had a lot of really good ones.
Well, right now in our sport, you're seeing the top teams, the top 10 teams, top 5 teams. The separator is that those teams have an elite number 2 pitcher. And to get where you want to go, you have to have an ace, sure, but you have to have that second arm that you can rely on. Everyone wants Kenzie Brown. Let me just throw that out there. She can get it done, but you to get where everyone wants to go, and that's Oklahoma City, that's deep in the Super Regionals, you have to have ace 1 and then someone behind that ace that's ready to go and give you a game.
Holder started her journey, missed that first bit of the season, went 5 through a shutout against Utah Valley, picked up a win, a 15-0 win. Was part of an outing that beat Nevada as that one's grounded out towards short. Taylor turns it into an out. Gade Ho Ching is erased. Opened the year with an ERA in her first 3 outings at 1.43. Texas got her for 8 runs and 3 1/3, but then she bounced back and through 6 really good innings against Stanford on the road, went 6, gave up just 1 run. That was probably her crown jewel of the year, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, no doubt.
The Stanford outing?
Yep. You think about how Arizona won that game, it was 1 hit. So it was all about who was in the circle and limiting the Stanford offense.
And I'm not minimizing what she did against Eastern Illinois, and I'm not minimizing what she did in a couple of outings against Long Beach State. They're just maybe a step below who Stanford is as an opponent. That's why I'm considering that her finest hour.
This is also really hard to do. You have to tip your hat to what Holder is doing here. Really admirable.
3-1 the count.
It says a lot about her mental.
It does. I'm going to get philosophical if she throws another pitch after this one. 3-2 the count. If you want to be great, you must do this if you're her, if you want to be great. Because how do you manage failure?
Well, and also the fact that it's happening in her rookie season, right? This is not a rookie type of a moment. Typically, maybe coaches will protect their freshmen a little bit more and say, okay, let's sit the rest of the day, and we'll talk about it tomorrow. We'll go watch film and just kind of let you be. But the fact that she's, you know, started the game, had to get pulled out. You have to be talking to your pitching coach and your coaches in the dugout. You have to go re-warm up and say, I can enter it. I can be a good teammate. I can finish this thing out.
Texas native finishes it out. I'm telling you, a positive wrap-up with a couple of outs after the 3 home runs in the inning. Tough start, better finish for Riley.
Outing from the All-American, and it's what you expect, right? Anytime that Kenzie Brown is pitching, you're gonna get a show. And so how about 8 strikeouts against the number 11 ranked team in the country? And to me, what has been most impressive about Brown is she's been using the bottom half of the zone to really set up her up stuff. Of course, everyone knows about her electric rise ball. And so you think about how people are scouting you. I'm going to show you something different in the zone. And I think Arizona was very caught off guard offensively. I think they were thinking up, so Kenzie Brown goes down, and she has 8 strikeouts to show for it.
Her changeup has such a unique look. You and I spent some time between innings talking about it. It doesn't have that flutter, float, belt high to the knees in the zone. It's actually down, and it's such a unique pitch. And that's what we saw in a lot of those swings and misses as Sydney Stewart leads it off. Popped up to the right side, 1-1 the count. Stewart tonight. Stewart, I mean, amongst all the tough stuff, she's walked, she's singled, she's scored a run. It was an infield single, hard hit ball, third base line. Her team down 11. And a good take, 2-1 the count.
This is a tough spot as a hitter. You've got to really stay locked in. Have quality at bats against the pitcher that you know you're going to see again this weekend. Could be tomorrow. Will absolutely be Sunday.
I thought you said it best, where these are 2 players that in all likelihood will be drawing a paycheck this summer playing softball. I mean, a non-NIL paycheck.
That's
a
right.
pro. They'll be pros. The 3-1. Boy, what a day. I mean, look, your team's down a bunch, and there haven't been a ton of highlights, but you don't give it bats away, and you've been a part of forcing her to throw 101 pitches now.
And that's a great place to keep your best hitter, Sydney Stewart, right? with the base hit, has been on base 3 times. She's dialed in. She feels good about her at-bats against an All-American in the circle. Like, that's a really big thing that is a small thing.
Grace wags that bat and shoots a line drive foul. Third base, left field line. Kenzie Brown over that 100 pitch mark as we talked about. She's got 8 strikeouts, 5 runs overall allowed, 3 of them earned. Arizona has had 14 at-bats with runners on base, so they have created some noise. They're just 3 of 14, though, with those runners on. Albeit all of them coming with the runners in scoring position, where they're 3 of 9. Beautiful pitch to Grace, 1-2 the count. She straightened that one out at the knees. One ball, 2 strikes. And seeing if they can climb back and play on. They've got some work to do, though. As that one's rolled foul. Again, if you're just doing math, we all do it. If you're a softball fan, you know that number is 4. They need to score 4 to keep playing. Gracie struck out, hit by a pitch, scored a run. 1-2, high fly ball left. The ballpark holds it at shy of the track. That one slips away past the cutoff man. Stewart will take what's handed to her, and that's an extra base. So the third miscue of the night for ASU allows a runner to move up.
Yeah, I think both teams will have some things to go back and talk about defensively. It has not been a clean game defensively on either side.
Emma's hitting again. So Kavanaugh put a nice at bat on Brown when she got the call, the sophomore. Took an aggressive swing, 2-strike aggressive swing, and then just was beaten with the pitch down and away. Nasty. Had some late break and spin to it and struck her out. 1-1 the count. See if Emma maybe gets a start tomorrow in that DP spot. Well, what a pitcher's pitch that is. You do nothing.
Ooh.
There's nothing you can do with that pitch.
Some heat behind it. Yeah, let's watch this again. Just low rise.
Some arm side run to it as well. The 1-2. Changed up on her. That's strike 3. What a sequence.
Strikeout number 9, and this is why Kenzie Brown is an All-American. She's showing us the off speed, she's showing us the high heat, she's showing us low in the zone. It's been so fun to watch her pitch her entire career, but tonight has been dealing.
0-1 the count, Jenna Sniffen. Yeah, pitching like a veteran, pitching like the pitcher that she is, who is logged as we've talked about. It feels like a lifetime full of success over the last couple of years as that one's popped foul and out of play.
Also, just think about how she took control back of this game, right? Arizona had scored a couple in the 4th, and then there was a timeout by their pitching coach, John Bargfeld, and he comes out and, okay, let's take a breath. Let's reset, and she absolutely did, and that's why she's an All-American. That's a veteran mindset. It's one thing to do that at your home field, but to do that at your rival's field with a sold-out crowd, everything going against you.
The 1-2 skips into the dirt. Keep on running the base pads, playing the game till the final out. Stewart doing just that tonight. Her leadership certainly fun to watch. You talk about Kenzie Brown's strikeout rate of 43%. That's a crazy high number. 5th best in the nation. You got the call to go down to Starkville. Alyssa Faircloth is on that list. She's at 46% strikeout rate, K rate. Amongst the elite in the country, it's Brown with a higher walk rate than those others. 3-2. Fouled back to the screen. Maya Johnson leads the nation. Her strikeout rate, 60%. 6 out of every 10 outs. Senior from Belmont, by the way.
She's so good. A couple of lefties there with Faircloth and Johnson.
I was reading about Maya the other day. Incredible. 3-2 the count on Jenna Sniffen. There's another strikeout, and that's the ball game. A dominating performance tonight for ASU. You do speak of the fight that Arizona showed. I think that's going to be important in a long weekend. But the most important part of tonight is the message sent by the Sun Devils.
Man, Arizona State just came into this game and flexed from the first pitch. And how about 10 strikeouts for number 10? The senior, Kenzie Brown. Anytime she makes the circle, I'm just locked in. She's so fun to watch. And then offensively, the Sun Devils turned it on. Was that 6 home runs hit? Yeah, 6 home runs hit tonight. The grand slam by Katie Chester. Emily Shep was 4 for 4. Of course, I just keep talking about Kaylee Pond. First pitch of the game goes yard, and I feel like that just set the tone for the rest of the night.
And we welcome back to Tucson. What a night it was, Emily Shep. Emily, congratulations on your night tonight.
Thank you so much.
Talk to me what goes inside your mind when you did play here, you developed here, and I'm sure you have positive things to talk about here. That being said, it's always in your mind when you come back. How did you mentally prepare for tonight?
It is. I mean, I just try and do what I usually do. I mean, nothing really changed. I just stuck to my plans.
What was your plan? I feel like, you know, your swing was short, but you did have 2 home runs. But talk to us about your plan at the plate.
Just swinging at strikes. Feel like simplifying it a lot just really helped me.
I feel like you guys were so aggressive early in counts. Was that something that you guys talked about going into this matchup?
Yeah, it definitely was. I mean, we were just trying to get ahead, get aggressive, get a lead for our pitchers.
Emily, tell me over the last, let's say, 6 months, where you feel, and you can be specific, where you feel like your game has improved the most?
I feel like just maturing as a hitter, being able to go deep in counts, really just anything as a hitter. I feel like working with Coach Bloomer has really helped me.
Well, I know you're a big part of the battery, but what is it like to be on a team with a pitcher like Kenzie Brown? Dominant tonight, but you get that every time she takes the circle. What is she like as that senior leader?
Man, it's great. I mean, she has so much energy, so much fire. We just love playing behind her, hitting behind her, and just giving her enough cushion so she can pitch freely.
So, Shep, you stayed pretty buttoned up in this interview. You had to have fun tonight, right? Come on now.
Yeah, I mean
come
it was
on.
Great.
You're pretty buttoned up for us, and I get it. I understand it. You want to say all the right things, but gosh darn it, that had to be fun.
No, yeah, I definitely took off the edge. It was fun.
All right, Shep, thanks so much for hanging out with us.
Thank
we
you so
appreciate
much.
it.
Thanks.
What a night for her. That was incredible. Wow. I mean, you look back on, we're having fun talking about, okay, maybe she hits for the cycle. She hit 1 triple many years ago, and she hit a homer.
No. Yeah. She said no triple. Another home run, actually, is what I'm going to order right now. But fun for performance from her and the rest of her team. I just can't get over the fact that they came in, first pitch of the game, home run, and then tacked on 5 more home runs. And, of course, Shep with 2. Just a really big night. Now what does tomorrow bring? I'm sure we will see a different arm in the circle for the Cats. Will we see Kenzie Brown? Will Arizona State go for that series win? I don't know. Those are the decisions that we don't have to make, right? We're just going to be up here calling it. I'm excited.
Yeah, cleaning up the Coors Lights. At least he enjoyed the game at some level. Hey, I like it. That's great stuff. Hey, by the way, 6 o'clock tomorrow night because of the heat. They're going to move this game a little bit later. It's not going to be quite as hot tomorrow as it was today, but you know what? The ball's going to fly early. The ball is going to fly, so be ready. Jump in early. Let's see. Arizona wants to have a little bit of fun with that. What a night. And our production team is always incredible, coming out of the great McHale truck in which they have built in the Building of Champions. Down to 85 degrees here in Tucson, Arizona. ASU wins it by a score of 16-5. She's Kenzie. I'm Darren. Be safe out there. Enjoy the rest of your night. We'll be back with all of you at Hillenbrand tomorrow night. Have a good night, everyone.